Hello everyone, we're back out here in the SRX Hounds garage with another little how-to video on a 2002 SX Viper. So we picked this sled up recently and we had this existing wiring harness for the RCA plug. This is good for heated vests or heated visors or heated gloves. So it's just an accessory circuit. These come with two wires on them. Obviously they're configured so you can connect them to a battery. This particular sled doesn't have a battery, so SRX, SXRs, pretty much all these sleds are going to be very similar on the wiring configuration. So what we're going to do is tap into the blue wire that comes to the brake controller switch. So if I look at the underside, you can see this switch here has a little wiring harness come off of it. Just be careful to sort out you get the right one. This is the brake light. A lot of people go to the wiring in the tail light underneath the seat. This is more readily accessible. So undo the straps that tie all this up, identify this wire that goes to the bottom of the brake controller, pull it out. You can cut back the jacket, which is the black jacket right there, and trim it back. Now you've got the green wire with the yellow stripe and the blue wire with the, was it a red stripe on there? Yeah, I can't even see it, there it is. Blue with the red stripe. So this blue is power. So you want to connect to this and connect to the common ground. So I'm going to tap into this wire here with the red wire of this heated accessory, and then the black one, I'm going to find the common ground up in behind the air box there somewhere and ground it out there, and that will give me the 12 volt circuit for this. And this runs usually 12 plus volts, so 13 volts or something like that that comes off this blue wire. That's enough to run your heated visor. So I'll give you a little connection detail once it's all finished up here. All right, so this is all connected now. So we've got our new accessory wire for our power. It loops down underneath the handlebars here just to get rid of some of the slack cable, and comes down and makes a loop under there. A red comes back up, which is of course fused. And I brought that red wire in just as a recap and tied it in with the blue wire from our brake controllers. So where that wiring harness comes out, we split the blue, joined the red into it, crimped that all down, shrink wrapped it, and then taped it all up. So we got a good connection there. That red's connected. The black wire I brought through on the underside of the steering column and put it through the top bolt on the airbox. And the reason I chose that bolt, a good steel bolt with a large washer, allowed me to ground that loop down. And in this plastic piece here, there is a steel sleeve that comes all the way down and connects this bolt and the steel sleeve, it's like an anti-crush sleeve, all the way down to the chassis. So that puts this ground onto a real solid chassis, allows me to tighten it right down. Just got to remember anytime you pull that air box out to remember to put that ground wire back in, that's all. So that's our power all connected. In simplistic fashion, I brought up the other wire, which is this black sheath right here, you're seeing with the black and white wire. That's coming from our tether switch. So we brought the white wire from the tether and spliced it in with the brown right here. This is on the switch side of this kill switch. That comes down here in a black wire, and it changes over to brown on the other side of the plug. So where this plugs on the handlebar side, we picked up the brown wire and spliced into that together with the white. The adjacent wire, which is the black wire, we came in and picked up the black and white wire on the handlebar side of that plug. You leave the black and yellow, do not splice into that. So there's your two wires, ground and the white to the brown here, and the ground to the black and white. That's spliced on to that switch. You want to switch this back in there, Devin? Connect that back together, and we'll tape this up a little bit, tie wrap all this nice and neatly, put all this away after, cover it all up, and everything will be tickety-boo. So as a wrap up, all the wiring's done. This is our 12 volt power cable for our accessories. Comes down, coils up under here. The black wire goes down to the top of the airbox and grounds out there. And the red wire comes back up through this cover here, joins into a blue wire in the back of it, where we separated the blue wire from the brake light switch and tapped into that blue wire together with the red, and that gives us our 12 volt connectivity for our accessories. Our tether switch has two wires coming out of the back, black and a white. Both of those come up through the steering column here. They join in behind here, and they're joined off to the kill switch. The black wire goes to the black and white, and on this side of the switch, or this side of the connector on the harness, there's a black wire that changes over to brown. So we're tapped into the brown wire with the white wire that comes from this. And that terminates our 2-wire kill switch. Still keeps this working on our kill there, and our tether, of course, here. And everything's a wrap now. So that's all there is to it. Enjoy your projects, and remember, bleed blue.